the things we're doing here to make this thing drift ready, because we're taking it up to Linear Speedway, or excuse me, Linear Raceplex now, here in a couple weeks to debut this thing. So you want to tell them the first thing we were just doing?
Today's demo day. We're just reducing a little bit of weight, lower horsepower cars, so reducing weight will help with more wheel spin.
Yep. And then another thing with that is I've already welded the diff. Basically all I'm doing there is welding up the spider gears in a stock differential to make both tires lock and spin at the same time. Not the ideal way to do it. Typically I'd want to get with Weir Performance and get a spool put in that thing, but for cost effectiveness we are just welding it for now. Let's see how many pubic hairs we can find in here.
That's disgusting. I really don't want to think about that.
Oh, that's a good idea. Mine goes slower.
You have to put the seat up so you fit.
I probably still might go. There is a place, if you stick your screwdriver in there, where it'll pop up. I promise. I'm not just randomly jabbing my screwdriver into things, even though that's what it may look like. All right, throw that out that way.
Yeah, it smells like the swamp. The swamp thing really should be her name.
Check this out. Score. I got $1.
Ew.
I got
Oh, that's so cute.
a sweet necklace.
I'm like, that's cute. Ew. Money. Yes. That's for drift parts. I need to save all this. You may have $1.50.
No, there's more money.
Yay!
Going toward the new FD build.
You're so silly.
Somebody robbed a change machine before they...
Yeah. Ooh, a glow stick. Good work.
Yes. First thing you got to do to make a sweet drift car is strip out all the interior. If you haven't learned anything from watching drift videos, you should have learned this. The easiest way to do that is just to tear it stuff as hard as possible.
I don't want you to know. I thought I'm gonna break something.
Probably will. Oh, that's James Monroe. I'm gonna say it's gold dollars.
Not worth anything.
Yeah.
Say that.
Another old white guy.
That in our file.
So we found this car
Texas Chainsaw Massacre land.
in like South Coweta County.
Country.
Definitely thought we might end up in Chile while we were buying it.
BFE for sure. That's ridiculous.
We paid $700 for it, and it runs and drives. It ran and drove onto the truck. There were 3 injectors that I found unplugged already, so now it runs better than it did at least. There's still 3 cylinders not firing correctly. Thing in the cold actually probably messed up, so that's going to be something else we do. But yeah, we're going to keep stripping the interior.
That show Chip and Joanna where they tear apart the clothes. Can we tear that up? That's right.
So it doesn't take long to make a pretty big mess.
Look at that. I need it shot back.
All
Disgusting.
all that came free. Not a bit, not extra. think that might be a new shifter ball. We found a good use for the Easter Bunny. So a quick overview of the season in pro so far. As you guys know, this is our first full season in Formula Drift Pro Championship. Our first event was in Orlando. Kind of went down there just to get our feet wet, see if we were going to be competitive. We did really well by our standards, at least for our first event. Qualified, reasonably okay. I think it was in the mid-20s or something like that. And really thought we were going to have a good run against Dean Kearney, and ended up breaking a supercharger belt. So kind of lost that one due to attrition. The second one was Road Atlanta, our home track. We were really excited about that. Kind of took a little bit to get used to the track again in practice, but ended up pulling together an okay qualifying run. I think, again, somewhere in the mid-20s, something like that. Went up against Chelsea DeNofa and his new RTR Mustang, and he ended up taking the win. Kind of had a little fueling issue there on our lead run, but he was going to beat me anyway, so I'll take that. But he did good. And then when we went up to Wall, New Jersey for our third event of the year, that's when you see us in this current state where we are with the empty engine bay. We blew a motor up there, and what everyone thought was a broke rod, myself included, ended up not being. We thought it would be difficult to break H-beam rod, which is what's in there, but we actually broke two main caps in the motor, and that vacated out the side due to some self-ventilation over there. So this is what we're up to now. This is a stock 5.3, thanks to my buddy Chris Nash, who is graciously offering this thing up for sacrifice. We're going to bolt our Magnuson TBS 2300 up to it. It's probably going to make a little bit more boost with the small displacement motor. We're thinking probably somewhere in the low to mid 20s as far as boost goes. So we're hoping we can get enough passes to squeak this thing through Texas at a fast, high RPM track and see what happens. But it's gone pretty well. We did pick up Achilles Radial as our new tire sponsor, so we're super pleased to be working with those guys now, in addition to the other sponsors we had going into pro this year. It's been a super awesome sticky tire. We're able to run like twice as much tire pressure with these as any of the other ones we've ever run before. So real pleased with that. And now we're kind of gonna ease back over to the Mustang, because that's what we're gonna be doing sooner than later. I'm just taking the front tires off. I'm about to do some sweet drift mods for more angle. I've actually been dealing with one of my good buddies who knows a lot about drift Mustangs. You've probably heard of him. Sometimes he'll go, his name's Tim Wallace. These are some sweet wheels. Hopefully we'll be replacing those with some Rovos soon. Those are surprisingly uglier than factory Mustang GT wheels. I think those are like 1995 V6 Mustang wheels, so those are super sweet. So, funny story, I did all this yesterday, and that's when the Drift Master, the Mustang Drift Master, we'll call him Mustang Zen, Tim Wallace told me that I didn't do it right, so now it's coming back off. Just taking the tie rod loose. Gotta take the cotter pins out, those are important. Probably won't ever go back in. Also not the correct way. Doing the right thing the wrong way. I learned that on roadkill. I do feel like that should go somewhere. It's probably right there. Nothing some zip ties can't fix. Doing the scientific way of measuring this, of looking and guesstimating of how deep I need to cut, so probably about right there, or maybe there, or I don't know. And that's my grinder still locked up, and now it's free.
That is so sad. I can't wait till that comes back on.
Hold on. Hold on. See if we got more angle. It's so gutless right now.
That's awesome.
Well, it does burnouts. That's pretty much the only thing I really wanted to accomplish, to see if it was so gutless where it wouldn't do burnouts. It won't drift yet though. It doesn't have any ass. It feels like it makes like 100 horsepower, so we're gonna have to figure out why it's running so terribly. We still gotta put it on coilovers because it felt like it wanted to flip over when I tried to snatch second and make a turn and actually make it drift. It won't drift. We're gonna have to work on it.
Does it have that button?
Or better.
Definitely looks better.
So, what all we get done today? We got
Interior stripped,
interior stripped,
the back.
or at least the back, and the back seats in the trunk are gone now. We got the tie rods shortened up for a little bit more steering angle, even though we didn't get to really drift. The diff got welded, which was before we started filming, unfortunately, but that seemed to work well. The posi traction's kicking in. It's doing the skirt coming in the driveway.
And our blue body parts are now silver.
Blue body parts are mostly silver now.
I worry about the looks.
Yep.
We're gonna get rid of these wheels pretty soon.
Yep. Next on the list is different wheels. Coilovers we've already got ordered. We're gonna try and get some exhaust so it doesn't sound like a jet ski anymore. We've got new coil packs coming in, so hopefully it runs on 8 cylinders instead of 5.
It will maybe idle.
And maybe it'll idle. Is there anything else we've got ordered for it already?
Well, that's not it.
I think that's it. So hopefully
And
the
you're
next...
gonna make a pan hard bar.
Yeah, I'm gonna make a panhard bar. Keeps the rear end straight in the car. Other than that, hopefully the next time you see us, we'll either be putting it on or it'll already be on, and this thing will be doing some sweet skids.
And we'll have a better name.
No.
Yes.
So the car's name is gonna be Ellen Whore,
No.
for sure.
No. Tell us what you think. What name would you like?
Or you can tell us what you'd like. But it's about to stick, so
No.
if you don't like it, speak now or forever hold your peace. So if you guys don't mind, take a chance to subscribe to our channel, like us on Instagram and Facebook, and we will see you out on the track soon. So for my car list then and now, I guess it's not going to be a then because we're just going to highlight my tow pig. It's a 2012 Ford F350. Got complete with my sticker here. Yeah, it's a 2012 F350 single rear wheel, so it's nice and bouncy riding down the road. Crew cab, I locked it so we're not going to be able to see inside. That should be fun, but it is what they call the BB, the basic biatch on the inside. Very basic rubber floors. It's got the 6.7 diesel motor in it, and that's what we use to tow across the country and go to all these FD events. But she's pretty cool. I don't plan on selling her anytime soon. It's doing real well for us.